Here's another character in the movie. The old cowboy sat on a bar stool, drinking a cold Lone Star. CNN was on in the corner of that small town Texas bar. I sat down and said howdy, sure been a hot one today. He said, I know, I've been out in it on the back of a dapple gray. Well, he wore a faded work shirt, soaked with a working man's sweat. His hands were hard, his fingers were nimble, rolling a cigarette. His neck was red and wrinkled with diamonds I'd once heard are the mark of a man who's lived a good life. So when he spoke, I caught every word. He said, I've always been one to spend my days in the sun, working for the brand. It's a hard life, but it's the one I chose so I could be a free man. I like riding out in God's open country, I like living on the land, doing a good day's work for a good day's pay, using these hired hands, these hired hands. He said these hired hands built a ranch with stone, steel, and wood. These hired hands make things right and make a promise good. They still cook on campfires, they still drink from streams, they're still making my living while I'm still living my dream. And I'll always be one to spend my days in the sun, working for the brand. It's a hard life, but it's the one I choose so I can be a free man. I'll be riding out in God's open country in the middle of His master plan, doing a good day's work for a good day's pay, using these hired hands, these hired. The old cowboy sat on a bar stool, drinking a cold Lone Star. CNN was on in the corner of that small town Texas bar. Thank you. Well, I know that Helen wants to hear this song. It's called It's a Texas Thing. Well, if any of you are in Austin during Armadillo Day, it's the same day as Groundhog Day, but I'm a member of the Benevolent Knights of the Raccoon. What's so funny about that? We have a real serious creed about being kind to women and children and sissy men. And anyway, at the West Pole there in Austin, I'll be performing this song. This is the third year. We figure, it's pretty absurd for us to be trying to determine what our weather's going to be in the Republic of Texas by some groundhog up in Pennsylvania. So we set an armadillo loose and see if he sees his shadow. And also we've got a stripe going down the middle of the arena that he's in to see whether or not he can tell us what the political climate is going to be for the upcoming year, whether he goes to the right or to the left. And we have the Weatherological Society there. And BK Bob is the armadillo's name. He's a sweet little fella. I'll be performing this song, so if you can make it to the West Pole on February 2nd around noon, the Benevolent Knights will be there in full regalia. We wave howdy to strangers, tip our hats and say yes ma'am. Try to be extra neighborly every chance we can. So I'll share the wealth and beauty that you may partake of the many wonderments here in the Lone Star State. Now when God blessed Texas, He gave us a clear blue sky. Clouds just made for daydreaming, slowly floating by. He let our nights with stars big and bright, just made for wishing on. It's a state of mind that you can't find till you go to old San Antonio, 'cause it's a Texas thing. I want y'all to know what it's like living in paradise, how we come by our bragging rights. It's a Texas thing. Well, it's as good as it gets. Ever wonder why you ain't a Texan yet? Gotta run down home cooking great steaks, chicken fries, Tex-Mex plate that'll set you straight with that bluebell on the side. And got her own brand of music made for holding your baby tight in an old-time sawdust dance hall baked in Luckenbach moonlight. It's a Texas thing. I want y'all to know what it's like living in paradise, how we come by our bragging rights. It's a Texas thing. Well, it's as good as it gets. Ever wonder why you ain't a Texan yet? It's a whole nother country. One thing I never did get clear: why did we join the Union? Got all we need right here. It's a Texas thing. I could go on and on about them painted sunsets on the Panhandle Plains, that sweet hill country rain, the wind in big thicket trees, and Padre Island and a Gulf Coast breeze. It's New Lucasies and old straw hats, King Ranch pickups and old Cadillacs. It's a cowgirl on a cutting horse in a field of blue bonnets, and of course longhorns and jackalopes. Everything's bigger once you go, you'll know it's a Texas thing. And I'll be willing to bet you'll wonder why you ain't a Texan yet. Man, it's really a national anthem, just in case. Yeah, you bet. I will definitely. Well, here's me standing up at bat in my first little league game, before I lost it when I struck out and dropped my head in shame. But on that long ride home, you said I didn't really lose, because I went down swinging and made no excuse. Here's me standing on your shoulders, working up the nerve to dive off into the deep end, tears welling up inside. But I made it when you told me those words every child should know. You said I might turn you loose, but I'll never let you go. Saving me, you've been saving me in this album by your bed, filled with pictures of me growing up and the ways that I've been blessed with your little words of wisdom for my little cries for help. that saved me from a scary world and saved me from myself. Here's you running along beside me on my first two-wheel bike, trying to steer me straight like you've done all my life. You said it's not about the falling down, it's the climbing back home. It's not how far you've yet to go, it's how far you've already gone. Sometimes we let each other down, but when all was said and done, we stood by one another when they snapped that shutter. Forever the Father and the Son. Now I know you might not understand all I'm saying in this song, or why you're in your second childhood, or why you're in this nursing home. I guess our roles are changing. Now I'm taking care of you, and the pictures in this scrapbook filled with timeless truth. I'll be saving you in this album by my bed, and I'll hold on so now you can let go and know you've done your best. And I'll pray for words of wisdom for your little cries for help, save you from a scary world and to save you from yourself. Thanks for asking for that. You know what Mark Twain said? When I was 14 years old, my dad was the most ignorant person I knew. And when I turned 21, I was amazed at how much he'd learned in 7 years. Oh, I want to do a talking blues. Can I do a talking blues? I hadn't done it. Before there was rap. I was raised, in that great 60s folk music scare. I wrote a couple. I've got one for Woody, too. I'll play for you in a minute. This is called Talking to the Byproduct. Do Talking to the Byproduct or the Horticulture. I don't know which one to do. She had a flower in her hair and she looked the type. I asked her to dance and she said all right. Her name was Fern, but she turned out to be more like Spanish moss to me. She said, come on up to my place and I'll show you my house plants. Well, I didn't understand that bit about the plants until we made our grand entrance into an apartment filled wall to wall with anything that would grow at all. And she said, grab yourself a chair. I said, I don't see a chair. She said, that wicker chair over there by that split leaf philodendron. Bamboozled from the start. Eased down into that easy chair, my elbow slammed into a prickly pear. I leaped up in a futile try when a Springer rye sprung into my eye. You guys are probably all familiar with the Springer rye. They've usually got it hanging in a basket over the john, so every time you lean over to lift the seat, you hit your head on it. It's like a handful of pipe cleaners. But I finally did get that gal into bed when a Norfolk pine branch over my head caused me to sneeze allergically, and then I think I made her mad at me, though it seems unreasonable that a woman would get mad at a man for chopping down, setting fire to, and throwing out the window, something that's causing him a great deal of discomfort. Took every flick I had in my bick to get that thing. In the middle of that loveless night, I had to relieve myself, but right in the middle of my naked trot, my toe met a philodendron pot. I was jumping up and down with my foot in my hand. I was just looking for a plantless place to land when my jumping foot happened to find a tiny cone from that Norfolk pine. I wound up on the floor all right in the naked glow of a Grolux light, hyperventilating from the pain, holding both of my feet and both of my hands. And that's when she woke up. She said, "I didn't know you were into yoga." So friends, I've learned the cans and cans about this thing that they call romance. Now before I ask a gal to dance, I always ask her, "You like plants?" Not about to let my Venus fly get caught in that trap again. I hadn't done that one in a while. Oh, my goodness. I'll do you a brand new song here. It's a song I wrote with Richard Dobson. Richard's an old Houston buddy of mine from back in the 60s. Been living over in Switzerland for about the last 15 years. And he and I decided it was time to write a song together. You know what Dorothy Parker said? You can lead a horticulture, but you can't make her think. I always say you can lead a guitar to water, but you can't tune a fish sandwich. Well, it says it's in tune. I asked for strength and I got problems to get me straight and strong. I asked for wisdom and I got trouble that taught me right from wrong. I asked for courage and I got danger get me through my fears. I asked for answers and I got silence that taught me how to hear. I asked for love and I got strangers that needed a helping hand. I asked for mercy, I got an old friend who needed another chance. I asked for beauty and I got to see the world through the eyes of a child. I asked for understanding and got to see an old one smile. I got the world in a raindrop, I got the promise in a sea. I got all I wanted when I got all I need. when I ask for years, I got moments instead. And when I ask for a feast, well, I got my daily bread. Ask for wealth, and I got work, and the hands to make my pay. I ask for truth, and I got a lady who stands beside me all the way. I got the world in a raindrop, I got the promise in a seed. I got all I wanted when I got all I need. I got all I wanted when I got all I need. Thank you. All I Need, we're calling it. Oh, I was thinking about what Michael was saying about his, was it your uncle that used to cry when he took the hook out of the fish, or he apologized. Well, Richard Dobson's got a new book out, actually, about living on the Rhine River, and here's a Texan that grew up in Galveston his whole life, and he goes over there and tries to get a fishing license in Switzerland and has to take this incredibly extensive test before he can get a fishing license. They have hooks over there without barbs because it's cruel. They won't let you use barbs. You have to know all the species of the fish and what their habitat is and what their habits are like. And when you catch a fish, you ready for this? You got to hit it in the head and kill it before you take the hook out. You got to mercy kill the fish. But think about it, Switzerland, they're the ones that have always been neutral and never gotten in any wars, and they may have something going on there. Anyway, this is a song I wrote with Clay McClinton, Delbert's son, about Woody Guthrie, who would have been 100 years old this year. I tell people, this is a song I wrote with Delbert's son about Arlo's dad. He heard a still small voice in a dust bowl storm, headed west to get reborn, part of the great migration to the promised land. He met a lot of folks who lost everything. He gave them hope, knew what to sing to help them stick together and make a stand. He was bound for glory from the start, the cheap guitar and a gypsy's heart, the hero for the common man, singing this land is your land, this land is my land. He was the voice of the people, strength for the weak, fighting for the cause, living on the street, believing in the dream and keeping the faith. He was playing in boxcars and hobo camps, under bridges and cold street lamps. You can still hear him sing when a minstrel plays. Bound for glory from the start, the cheap guitar and a gypsy's heart, the hero for the common man, singing this land is your land, this land is my land. This train, she's bound for glory, this train. This train, she's bound for glory, this train. This train, she's bound for glory. She don't care nothing but the righteous and the holy. This train, she's bound for glory, this train. This train don't carry no gamblers, this train. Oh, this train don't carry no gamblers, this train. This train don't carry no gamblers, no crapshooters, no midnight ramblers, this train. Don't carry no gamblers, this train. This train don't carry no hustlers, this train. This train don't carry no hustlers, this train. This train don't carry no hustlers. Whoa. Street thieves, two-bit hustlers. This train don't carry no rustlers, this train. This train, she's bound for glory, this train. All right. Yeah, if I play much longer, I'm going to go into my gospel mode here. I'm tired and I'm weary. I must go on. I might have to get the sax out for that one. All right, Harold. I might do that one here. So anyway, this is a new love song. In the deep and darkest night, there's a star shining bright, giving hope to a world that's in need of the light. There's a light I can see that swings my sweet dreams to life. It's the light that shines for me in the deep wells of her eyes. In the river winding through sun-dappled trees, a sacred peace calls lost souls to come home to a world in harmony. There's a peace I can see beside still waters, beneath blue skies. It's a peace that calls to me from the deep wells of her eyes. There's a love from above, deeper than we'll ever know.
It's the love that teaches us forgiveness we must show. And there's a love I can see that keeps walking by my side. It's the love that waits for me in the deep wells of her eyes.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you liked that. She likes it. That's all that matters. All right. But I'm tired and I'm weary. I must go home till the Lord comes and calls me away. Where the morning is bright, where the lamp is alight, and the night is as bright as the day. There'll be peace in the valley for me one day. Oh, peace in the valley for me. Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no troubles. Will I see peace in the valley for me? Now the bear will be gentle and the wolf will be tame, and the lion lay down with the lamb, and the beasts of the wild will be led by a little child. I'll be changed from this creature that I am. There'll be peace in the valley for me one day. Peace in the valley for me. Lord, I pray there'll be no sadness, no sorrow, no trouble. Well, I see there will be peace in the valley for me. No sadness, no sorrow, no troubles. Well, I see peace in the valley for me. That was some sweet stuff, guys and girls. I'll do one more. Thank y'all for coming out to this great venue, and thanks to Helen and Randy for hosting it. And Michael for doing such a great show earlier.
Gonna take these hands, gonna reach them out to the ones who've fallen, gonna lift them up to a place where they can see how much they really look like me. Gonna build a bridge to the other side, cross deep water, the great divide, bridge of love, cross it today, help my brothers and my sisters find a way. Gonna take these feet, walk their road, by their side, carrying their load. I wanna feed the hungry, I wanna heal the hurt, I wanna save the children, I wanna do God's work. I wanna build a bridge to the other side, cross deep water and the great divide, bridge of love, cross it today, help my brothers and my sisters find their way. I'm gonna take this voice and sing about bringing all those walls down to the ground. And then when they're laying on their side, well, they'll make a bridge between all our lives. If we cross over those borders that separate mankind, we'll know peace when we show mercy. Don't you think it's time we build a bridge to the other side, cross deep water and the great divide, bridge of love, and cross it today, help our brothers and our sisters find a way. The bridge of hope, cross it today, help our brothers and our sisters find the way. And in one glad morning, when this life is over, I'll fly away to a home on God's celestial shore. I'll fly away. I'll fly away. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have gone, you know I'll fly away. Like a bird from prison bars is blown, I'll fly away. I'll fly away. I'll fly away. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Oh, just a few, oh, very days.
Oh, boy, that's wonderful. Woo! Outstanding.
Thank you, George.
This is a character that owns the filling station ice house that's got a dinosaur on it with a .22 bullet through the sign. We got to write them or they're going to get forgotten.
Bought that blue 63 Bonneville off of Fort Worth showroom floor. I paid cash for it with the money I'd saved, working summers on the rigs offshore. Sometimes I still put her top down and go cruising across the countryside, just to feel freedom's wind blowing through my hair, and thank the good Lord I'm alive. She was built in the days when this country took pride in doing hard work, and I had made in the USA on the tag of my blue collar shirt. I've been married to the same fine lady since 1952, and our loving's just gotten stronger from all the living we've been through. She still keeps the letters I sent her when I was all fighting in that Korean War, tied up with her yellow hair ribbon by her Bible in her nightstand drawer. You know, we still go out dancing most every Saturday night. These days we don't take quite as many steps, but we hold each other just as tight. We had two beautiful twin daughters back in 1958, and they've given us 6 grandkids, and they've given us 3 greats. The young ones still spend summers with us. They love Mama's dewberry jam. She takes them out in her garden so they can know the feel of dirt in their hands. You see, they was all raised in the city. Try to show them a simpler way. Sometimes we lay in the yard, try to count all them stars, and catch dinner out of blue cypress lake. I've been going to the same little white church since the Sunday after I was born. And when I die, they'll plant me in that church cemetery overlooking the McAllister farm. It's the closest thing to heaven on this earth that I ever seen. That creek winding through shimmering cottonwood trees and 1,000 shades of green. I'm not much on Bible pounders. I believe that Jesus was a quiet man, and forgiveness and love were the biggest part of, but he tried to help us understand. You know, I bought this filling station back in 1964. And I still clean your windshield, and I still check your oil. And at the end of the day, when my work is done, I drive to my house just outside of town. I sit on the back porch with the love of my life and watch a small town sun go down. Thanks, y'all. Thank you.